So we're going to start by putting the hair in small sections. Depending on how long you've been locked is going to determine the size of the section. If you are newly locked and you have shorter length hair in the front or the edge line or nape, you're going to want to consider putting those in small sections by themselves. So that means go around the edge line and the perimeter of the nape and put those in extra small sections. Then you would proceed to do these type of sections throughout the hair. I apply a rubber band at the base to secure how much shifting the braid and band do so that your locks does not come down. So as you see me moving along, feel free if you are more locked or completely locked and just doing this for frizz control, you're able to do large size sections like this and larger. I just wouldn't put it too big. The reason why I like the small sections because this guarantees you being able to go in and actually really scrub the scalp and clean in between the sections really well. Also, if you're going to be doing a very rigorous shampoo, I would also put the hair in these sections with the rubber bands at the base so that you can scrub, or if you're using a super conditioning shampoo, which I do not recommend for locks. But if you are, these are some precautionary measures. As you see, I move around fairly quickly, so you might want to put your hair inside the sections first prior to starting the braiding process. This is so that you can actually monitor the size throughout the hair, and if you need to make some adjustments, then you're able to do so, and the braids are not all the way in yet. Okay, so just go ahead and watch me as I do all of these sections. Feel free to fast forward if you would like. Now remember, in this section in the nape, you can go smaller to just ensure if you have different size lengths that you do those lengths together. So if your nape is extremely short and you have 1 or 2 inch locks there, then I would advise you band those together and then do larger sections as you come in towards the top portion of the head. At this point, we're going to start braiding those sections that we've already created. So just ensure that it is a very secure braid, okay, or plait. You want to plait them really, really tight and you want to elongate it even as you go down, meaning you want to apply tension or attention to it so that it can stretch, and then when the water hit it, it does not shift. As you see, I applied a rubber band. I only do 2 loops. Try to bend the hair over and then apply the rubber band around. This will give more of a secure hold, and also when it's time to come down, you can just pull the loose end of the hair and the rubber band usually pops off. Sometimes I'm a little excessive, so yes, I did 4 loops. With this one, I didn't go as tight towards the base, but try to do it as tight as possible along the entire braid. So as I finish braiding in the front, what you'll see me do to cut down the time is to braid them all the way down to the end. And then I just go to the next one, braid that one, braid the next one. And then once I'm done in that area or section of the head, then I will apply the rubber bands. This just cuts down the time so you're not shifting in between braiding, rubber bands, braiding, and more rubber bands. Okay. So next, you're just going to want to ensure that you do small enough sections around the entire head, just depending on exactly when your client was locked and exactly if they're experiencing any slippage. So my norm is that this client particularly been locked for at least a year. If you are newer, then you're going to have way more sections. Where you have the section above, you're going to do at least 2 to 3 bundles in that one section. So right above the lock that I'm braiding now in the front, go up one section. That big section will be bust down to at least 2 to 3 sections, okay? Just depending on the like lengths. So if the nape or edge line is shorter, you're going to want to make a really small bundle that's going to consist of maybe 4 to 5 locks that is the same exact size, okay? And that's going to be important in the edge line and in the nape line. So again, the section right above where I'm working, you're going to want to take that and put at least 4 sections in there if you are newer or experienced in slippage. Be sure to elongate those that lock as you braid. So meaning apply enough tension so that you are stretching that hair, because as you see with my client, she has a lot of curl. It's extremely soft and is still in the locking process. So none of her ends are locked. So those have to be pulled down with a lot of tension to secure it so that it's have a lot of tension and it's not shifting when I start to shampoo. Now remember, when you're braiding these sections, sometimes you may have locks that move from the 3 sections of where it originally started. You want to decrease in that as much as possible so that when you are removing the braid, it can be much easier because you can use a rat tail comb and it's going to just flow and fall down. If you start to move locks, it makes it more harder to pull those or take those down, take the braid sections down. Also, if you want more of a tighter, defined braid towards the base, make sure that you really pay attention to separating those 3 sections so that it's not so puffy or poofy towards the base where the rubber band is. So just as a kind reminder, we have at least almost 20 bundles. So if you're winding up with less than this and you're less in months, so meaning less than 12 months, then I honestly would go back through. If you are newer to locks and just getting your locks started under 6 months, I would say you should have much more bundled sections than this. This is so that you could get normalized with your particular set of locks and see exactly which areas experience more slippage than others. Like when washing this particular client, as you see the front, we have really smaller locks compared to the back area. And that's just because she has experienced most of her slippage in the front. So we made sure that we concentrated in the front and made the sections a little bit smaller in the front. Went ahead and sped this up for you guys so that we could get into the next portion. Ooh la. Now at this portion, we are getting the towel ready. So what you want to do is get a hand towel. You want to have it in half. If you're at home, you could use your own bath towel as you get into the shower. But what you're going to do is tape take the cape and apply it around the towel, right? And then roll the towel down so that the back does not get wet during shampooing. As you see, we got our clarifying shampoo from Be Natural Locks. If you're not messing with Be Natural Locks shampoo, I don't know what to tell you, especially for the clarifying. It is a great shampoo. For the first shampoo or the first wash, I'm really just applying a little bit of shampoo just to clarify, remove all that oil buildup and dirt. So you're going to see me throw this on fairly quickly, rub a little bit, and then I'm going to be rinsing that off out there a second or two, just because this is just the first shampoo. It really has that buildup and has to be broken down with the soap. So you kind of want to shampoo, in my experience, 3 times. So this would be the first shampoo to kind of break everything up. And then you're going to really see me put some shampoo and go really deep up in there with really trying to hit those sections. Now, the more sections you apply, that's going to be the more visibility to the scalp or exposure to the scalp. So you actually can get in and really scrub the way that you need to. So if you have someone who has excessive dandruff, more sections definitely would be recommended no matter the phase of that person's journey. And that's just because you want to be able to have more access to the scalp and really manipulate that scalp and really scrub that scalp down. Make sure that you're using your fingers and not the fingertips with the nails, okay? Nicely massage. I always try to squeeze those sections just so that I know that the hair with inside that braid is getting shampooed too as well. I'm applying some more shampoo to that edge line and then pull it through. Now, I am actually shampooing, so it's much easier for me. If you are shampooing your own hair, I definitely would recommend you using a water bottle, okay? That's going to allow you to preserve as much shampoo as possible, and it's going to make it easier. Now, watch how easy it is for the second shampoo to really start sudsing up. It's going to get easier and easier, and you're going to see even more suds. And that's because the dirt is being removed out, the oils is being removed out and broken down, so it becomes much easier, okay? I'm a steam type of gal, so I like for my clients to have a little bit of steam. That actually helps with circulation, hydrating the locks or the hair strands, and help sealing in that moisture a little bit. And then I like it because it offers relaxation to the client, but again, stimulation to that blood flow as I'm getting in there and manipulating. So it just acts as something. Just acts as a secondary stimulant to help and assist with me manipulating the scalp. So just make sure if you're doing it at home that you're really manipulating that scalp with your 4 fingers, so not your fingernail, just because you don't want any small open abrasions on your hair or scalp. Another thing that I want to make sure that I point out is the more in-depth or vigorous you want to be with this shampoo, the smaller you should make the sections. Okay, so now look at that pool. I told you, if you just bend over the hair, right, and apply that rubber band, it makes it much easier to just pop off that rubber band. So you could go through the whole entire head and just really finagle those rubber bands by pulling one end, okay? And it should come right off with no problem. As you see here, that was less than a couple seconds. Now next, make sure that you pull those rubber bands at the base, put your finger in, and then clip. Put your finger in and then clip. This is just secure that you're not cutting yourself, to make sure that you're not cutting your locks. You want to definitely make sure that you put your finger in there and then clip. Now, in this section, you see me trying to identify the easiest way to undo the braids. What I find is that using a rat tail comb and putting the rat tail metal portion of the comb inside that indication or demarcation, so like where you see that they meet together from one side to the other side, it looks like a V and it moves together. Okay, it's together. All right, you want to put the rat tail comb in the middle and just nicely pull down. Okay, put it in the middle and just pull down. It's going to be so easy to remove. Okay, so now we're going to do this again. As you see, you want to look for the V pattern, okay? That means that the V is towards the bottom where both of those sections meet. And again, I'm just reiterating, you want to put the comb right in the middle. And look how easy it is for it to come out. Don't try to skip the V's. Try to do one V at a time so that you cannot tangle up the hair or get in between a lock, okay? So just again, be reiterating. Make sure that you find that V pattern. And right where it is meeting at in the middle, you just want to take the rat tail comb and you want to place it there. And you want to do each nodule as you go up. Try to make sure that you take your time so that you don't get flustered. And if you want to hold the plait while you do this to get some security so that you're not pulling and tucking, that's fine. And as you see, we are completely done at this point. You see the luscious locks. They're moving, they're clean. And they are very much secure. Her grid stills look amazing. Parts are still beautiful. Thank you.